Building an indie business in the center of venture capital. I am Alex Edmonds. People on the internet call me Supreme Rumham, and this is the Building an Indie Business podcast recorded in the Indie Business Studio. Okay, so today I want to talk about crawled, currently not indexed, which is a status that it's one status that your page could get on Google Search Console. And I was kind of going through my page statuses just randomly on Google Search Console, and I saw a bunch of pages, not just a bunch of pages, but a bunch of products that I have on wannadog.com that were given this status. And what this status means is that when you search for that product or that whatever that keyword related to your page, your page won't show up. So if someone Googles, let's see, one of my products is Great Dane artwork in Spanish, Obra de Gran Danis. So if someone Googles that, my product does not show up because Google has not indexed it. And so for the past 2 days, I've been indexing all the pages, and it's about, let's say 150 of them. And I've already done 20 of them. So I have 120 more. What I notice is that it's just like a lot of them are just the page in Spanish. It's nothing too serious. It's not like, oh, pug coloring pages or corgi coloring pages. But I worked hard on all these pages, and I would like them to show up on Google. So for the next couple of days, I'm going to be indexing all these pages. I think I got duplicates. Anyways, a bunch of them are super random though. So like maybe 100 of them were something real, but a lot of them were like the RSS feed. The RSS feed doesn't matter to Google. So I have 1,130 crawled, currently not indexed pages. And then they're all like, most of them were just gibberish. So that was nice, right? So that was cool. Yeah, it was like wannadog.com/product/coloring pages /PR underscore product strat equals collection equals fallback. Yeah, that doesn't need to be indexed, right? So as we all know, as soon as sometimes when I index something on Google, it shows up pretty much 10 seconds later as indexed. So that's why I started doing that. But then today, I kind of was like, some of these pages are old. Like from the first few months, like Golden Doodle artwork, that's one of the first 100 pages I created on the website. Why is this not indexed? So I Googled it. I found a Moz article. And so Google's definition. Let's start with the official definition according to Google's official documentation. This status means the page was crawled by Google but not indexed. It may or may not be indexed in the future. No need to resubmit the URL for crawling. I did that anyways. So essentially what we know is Google is able to access the page. Google took time to crawl the page. After crawling, Google decided not to include it in the index. The key to understanding the status is to think of reasons why Google would consciously decide against indexing. We know that Google isn't having trouble finding the page, but for some reason it feels like users wouldn't benefit from finding it. This can be quite frustrating, as you may not know why your content isn't getting indexed below. I'll detail some of the most common reasons our team has seen to explain why the mysterious status might affect your website. Okay, so false positives. Our first step is to form a few spot checks of URLs flagged in the crawled currently not indexed section for indexing. It's not uncommon to find URLs that are getting reported as excluded but turn out to be indexed by Google after all. So what you do there is you go on Google and you do site colon and whatever page you want to see is if it's indexed or not. And if it shows up on Google when you're looking for that exact page, it is actually indexed. So that means it's just like an error on Google Search Consoles. Then there's RSS feeds. RSS feed URLs don't need to be indexed. Leave that alone. Paginated URLs. This means like page 2 of your dog coloring page collection. That doesn't need to be indexed because the first page is already indexed. So do nothing there. Expired products. This is your out of stock. Things like that. So the solution is check your inventory and change the way it's marked, basically. 301 redirects. So if you change the URL, it might, like the original page might not be indexed because you have the new page. Change your sitemap is the solution. Thin content. Solution is to add more stuff. Duplicate content. High. Solution is to, change the page. Not change the page, but change the URL. Make it whatever. You know what I mean. So, yeah, that's basically all of them. What else can I say? Yeah, hopefully, okay, look, I know that, most of the traffic from Google for wannadog.com is not going to come from pretty much any of these pages. These pages aren't that important. They're not high traffic ones in terms of search results. Like, there's nothing here that I would have noticed is missing, right? Like, I would notice if pug coloring pages was on this list. I would have noticed if corgi coloring pages was on this list. Golden Retriever, Golden Doodle, German Shepherd, Dalmatian. Like, these aren't high priority pages to me. But, I've worked on them. They're there, and they might lead to 1 or 2 searches a week, maybe, altogether. Maybe. So, I've done the work. Why not just add it to Google, And maybe you guys have pages like this too, so I would go search for it. And this is how I found it. So I went on Google Search Console. There's an overview. You go to the sidebar, basically. You go to pages. And then it talks about your page indexing, and it says there's 278 pages indexed, and there's 3,830 pages that aren't indexed, and then it gives you the reasons. And a lot of these are legitimate, like duplicate content, discovered, currently not indexed, which is something different. That just means it knows about it, but it hasn't had time to crawl it. Then there's the redirect errors. Sometimes when someone searches something on the website, that'll create its own page. That would also show up in crawled, currently not indexed. That's why I have so many pages that are just super random gibberish. There's redirect errors. There's 404 pages. There's blocked by robots. .txt pages with redirects. Alternative pages with proper canonical tags. Let me see what this is actually. Yeah, this is all gibberish too. So, yeah, it doesn't, like, this isn't stuff that's supposed to be indexed, right? So, yeah, like I have a bunch of pages in English, uh, Canadian English, um, and I don't know how they got there, but they're there. Um, so yeah, currently crawled, not indexed, and just page indexing on Google. I am unsure if Bing has the same issue. Actually, we can check. I have Bing open all the time, so let's see. Bing, Bing a ding a bling. Site exploration. It says 85 pages are indexed. 85 pages, 5 clicks, 508 impressions, 7 backlinks. Okay, so I have more pages that aren't indexed on Google than I do indexed on Bing, and that's exactly why I get no traffic on Bing, which is crazy. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you there. Products, 40 of them are indexed, and I actually like indexing on Bing, and it kind of sucks that I don't get traffic there because it's a good experience. But yeah. Okay. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.